Okay.
Yeah. So I'm up here today with Gavin Spencer on his most stunning farm, and I can see the sea over there with Timer, and I can see the sea over there as well. We're completely surrounded by water. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm heading for a swim over there later on. So, Gavin, how on earth do you run a farm and an accountancy practice?
Well, you've got to have a passion behind it. And running a farm is one thing, but the big thing with running the farm is that we run it as a sustainability project, and therefore we find the time because it's something we believe in. We can see it makes a difference. And I think whenever there's something that you have a passion and desire for, you will find time.
Yeah, totally. So what sort of things do you do on the farm for sustainability?
So what we've done on the farm is we've done more hay crops, because what we've found with more grass is it brings in more insects, it brings in more flies, and what we did originally was to plant some wildflowers within that and put birdseed on the ground, and that therefore brought in a lot of wildlife. And now in this little area, in the last 3 years, we now have more birds that travel through this area than anywhere else in the northeast of England.
It's incredible. What an achievement.
Really impressed with that. It's also brought in unusual birds. And we've got a family of barn owls now on the farm, and we have a red kite as well. Now that brings other people to the area, because you often find photographers looming around in hedgerows and fences and the other side of walls. But, in another way, they're appreciating what's here. And if you're appreciating wildlife and nature, then, more for that as far as I'm concerned.
I think that's the thing with sustainability as well. I mean, as we were discussing before we started filming, it's really hard to make it profitable, and people don't see the benefit for it. But I guess if you've got photographers and they're taking the photos, and with social media, that's getting more of the message out there, isn't it? So
yeah, and it's about getting that message out on sustainability. Everything's not all about money in life. Yeah. It's about quality in life. And I think, one of the things we do in farming, and as if anybody's watched Clarkson Farming, you'll understand there's no money in farming. But that wasn't what the difference is when we moved here, there was no flies, there was no butterflies, and insects. Now, that comes with a cost sometimes, because on a night, sometimes you get eaten alive by midges. But then you've achieved what you've set out to do. And all that does is it then allows us to move on to building upon it. And therefore, what we've then done is we've dug out some of our ponds to be a bit deeper, because they had silted up a lot.
Need a swimming pond.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure about that. But what that does is that it's brought herons into the ponds. We've got some wild newts, some a family of moorhens have come this year, which is really exciting, because it's then diversifying it and increasing it. So it's really good fun.
That's amazing. Right.
So
let's go off and see a bit more of the farm. So we're at this beautiful pond, which is really natural. So Gavin, tell me, I'd have thought this pond was natural, but you tell me this is something you've dug out?
Well, it had a pond there originally, but it was very shallow. And behind us is a bit of marshland. And therefore, what we then have gone and done is dug out the pond deeper, so that it then drains water off the field, but is also then allowing nature to get back into a better rhythm and hold, and therefore become healthy water for wildlife.
So what sort of wildlife do you see in the pond? Does it increase the wildlife and attracted different species?
We've got a lot of species in here. We've got rare newts, we've got different birds that are flying through here. So we've got a red kite that comes now and then, and therefore has the surface water to enjoy. But also, you've got things like your and I can't think of the words. We've just seen them. Dragonflies and things like that coming through.
Dragonflies coming through, yeah.
Yeah, as well as smaller birds like goldfinches and things just pottering by and feeding and drinking from the water.
And obviously, it's something I know from the work I've been doing with Anglian Water, that surface water is a really major issue. And where we're looking at pollution in the rivers, something that I was quite surprised about is one of the major polluters in rivers in our countryside isn't actually the water companies, it's agriculture.
Agriculture has a big part to play in this. And the amount of pesticides and fertilizers and stuff, particularly nitrogen, that farmers are putting on their fields is really affecting water. And therefore, one thing that we've stopped doing is utilize them. But tell us a bit more on why farmers should reduce the amount of chemicals and things that they're doing, and how is it affecting the surface water?
So where surface water is coming off land, I mean, something like this, which is collecting surface water, means that your surface water is staying on your land here, and you've got this pond. If this wasn't here, it would just drain off presumably further down the hill or somewhere else.
Yep.
If it gets into the mainstream rivers, and we need to control the amount of surface water, because that's leading to flooding. We're having major issues that we're seeing now with climate change. We're seeing much heavier rainfall. So how we deal and manage with that surface water is something that's quite key, not just to farming, but to all businesses. There are towns now which are experiencing major flooding and having problems getting business insurance. So looking at surface water and how we manage it is, it's just important for everybody, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
So,
and therefore, on the water companies, what are they able to do with this surface water? Is that something they need to be investing more on? Is that something we should all be thinking about?
Yeah, so definitely in Southend, we're actually looking, we've got a lot of marshland there, and Anglian Water are doing some projects there to look at using that marshland for dealing with surface water and increasing biodiversity. And certainly in high streets, in Southend High Street, they're putting a lot more tree planting in. And what people don't realise is under those trees, there are huge tanks, attenuation tanks. So the two sewer outlets that trigger most often in Southend are the ones at the bottom of the high street, because that's where we've got the most concrete. So if we can put tanks underneath the trees, not only do the trees thrive better, we've got more shade to deal with the increased temperatures that we're seeing. It's increasing biodiversity, and it's helping to deal with surface water as well, and there's less sewage going into the sea. Yeah. So, the surface water we get is just overwhelming the sewage pipes. And certainly in farming, we've got this issue, if there's chemicals coming off the land, that's going into our rivers and seas as well.
Yeah, and as we understand that it's easy to point a finger at the water companies and things, but the reality is we all, maybe we're all getting to too many driveways or parking spots for our cars and not thinking about the grass and therefore the water being retained in that.
Definitely. So, AstroTurf, we need to consider everything that we're doing. We are taking away a poorer surface on the ground, and the rainwater has to go somewhere. And climate change means we're just seeing more and more heavy rain. It's changed dramatically.
We've even noticed over the last few years how much more rain that we get within the farm. And one thing that we've then gone and done is got some tanks to then attach to the pipes, so that when it's draining off the sheds and things throughout the farm, we're then collecting that and therefore being able to put it into the water pots for the ducks and the birds that we have on poultry on the farm.
That's a really interesting concept, actually. One of the things that they've been trialling in Southend is actually smart water butts. So that's a water butt on a house, and it can be triggered remotely before we get heavy rain, so that the water butt is empty. So it will drain into a dry sewer system.
Yeah.
And that means that then when it rains, the rain from the roofs is going into the water butt rather than into the sewage system. So again, it's acting as an attenuation system. So anything that we can do that slows down how rainwater gets into the sewage system is going to help with alleviating sewage crisis.
That's really, really interesting. Yeah. I've never come across that before, but can see the benefit of that, and we all can do that.
Exactly. You don't need a smart water butt. Actually, if you've got a water butt and there's heavy rain forecast, just empty it while it's still dry. It's going to fill up again.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's going to help to stop that water going into the sewage system. and I imagine with farming, you get through quite a lot of water as well. So
We do get through a lot.
You can harvest your own water. So, I mean, in Southend, to sort out the sewage crisis in Southend, we either have to go with a biodiversity programme, which is what, as a result of the work we've done with Water Watch, that's one of the things that we're getting in Southend now is advanced WINEP and more biodiverse projects. But the amount of water they need to collect is equivalent to 50 Olympic-sized swimming pools. That's the additional tanks that we need in Southend. And where do you put 50 Olympic-sized swimming pools?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, it's a huge amount of water. And then, of course, all that's then going to do is increase the water levels in your seas and therefore create us bigger problems.
Bigger problem, yeah. So what we do with surface water is a massive, massive issue. So thank you for showing me the pond. It's absolutely delightful to see, and it's sit here for hours watching the wildlife that's enjoying the pond, and of course it's natural water and no chemicals due to your wonderful sustainable farming. So thank you.
Put that behind me. Right.
Okay. So, of course, no meeting with me would be complete without a swim, and I finally, after many years of trying, managed to get Gavin in the water.
Hi, Penny. It's great to have you in the northeast, and it's great to have you in the water. As you're a mad, crazy sea swimmer, and it's great that you come to some cold water rather than the warm water down south.
Exactly, it's definitely colder up here. I don't have the thermometer with me, but I would say it's a little bit above 10, 12, 13, I would say, estimate. So it's cold enough that my feet hurt. So that's usually about 10 degrees.
Yeah, but no frost or snow on the ground today,
no frost or snow.
So we're all good.
We're cool.
This is summer up in the northeast of England. So Penny, tell me the importance of swimming and seawater in your business.
So for me, I think it's the reset button, isn't it? I think running a business can be really stressful and really hard. We've got so many things that we need to think about. And for me, when you come in the water, you're switching off. Aside from my trusty GoPro, there's no electronic devices. And I find sometimes I get the best thoughts come to me in the sea. It's that, I don't know, there's something about facing challenge, isn't there, and doing the difficult things. It's always hard getting into cold water, but there's so many things in business that are hard, and you just have to do them, don't you?
So you enjoy this rather than it being a challenge, though, and I think that's the importance of what you're doing. And therefore it's all about enjoying business as well.
Definitely.
And therefore, as you say, they combine very well.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you don't enjoy doing something, what's the point in doing it, really?
Absolutely.
That's why we run. I mean, running a business isn't easy. There's definitely stresses and things in a business, and if you can't enjoy it and have a bit of fun at the same time, there's not a lot of point putting yourself through that stress, is there, really?
But in life, you do a lot of work relating to the sea and trying to improve its quality and stuff. Tell me a bit about that. Penny.
So, when you're swimming and you're getting told that there's sewage alerts, obviously that's really concerning and you need to know more. We've also seen in Southend, Southend actually the water quality has been improving, and we've seen massive colonies of seals. We get Brent geese that come into Southend, and it's just that knowledge. I think when you're in the water, I have swum and seen seals in the water at the same time, and we just know that it's not just a case of protecting the environment for us so that we can swim. It's not a selfish thing. It's looking after the planet as a whole. We've got so many creatures on this, on this planet, and we've seen the birds on the farm and the other wildlife that you've got there. And I spend my time with water wildlife. It's a gift, and we just have to look after it, don't we? And when you see plastic on the beaches and man-made things, that's it's really quite upsetting. So.
Yeah, and when it's unhealthy for us to be in the water, then we're not helping the environment of the fish and the sea life either.
No, totally. And where I'm in Southend and Leigh-on-Sea, we've got a huge fishing industry as well, and we've got designated shellfish water. Yeah. So there's a whole local industry as well which is at stake, and we need to keep the water quality safe for them as well. So.
Yeah, well, I think globally, we need to be doing more for quality of water.
Yeah.
I know we had up in Sunderland, which was, and just in this area, we had the World Triathlon Series.
Yep.
and yet apparently there was complaints of water quality then, even though it passed the relevant guidance at that point in time. And therefore maybe we've got to look at improving guidance.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's really hard at the moment. When there's heavy rain, water quality does vary massively. And as we were talking earlier, when we've got surface water running into the sea, whenever we get heavy rain, we're going to have an issue, and it's going to take time to solve that and resolve it. You can't just replace all the sewage pipes. That would be impossible and would take too much time. So we've got to look at other solutions that we can use, ways of managing surface water and dealing with the climate crisis. But yeah, we need guidance going out to people, and we need a consistent measure as well. At the moment, there are so many different bodies. The Environment Agency under DEFRA will only test bathing water during the so-called bathing water season, which, as you know, in my world doesn't exist. All year round is bathing water season. So yeah, we need more information about the quality of the water, and we need to keep it safe for everybody.
And one of the things that you're keen in promoting and trying to get everybody involved in is to do beach cleans. Yeah,
definitely. So it only takes 2 minutes, but we see so much plastic on the beach. And if we can just spend a little bit of time picking it up and disposing of it correctly, that litter isn't going. It literally goes around the world. There are places in the ocean which are just islands of plastic, and that's having real damaging quality to the marine life, and actually to us, because it breaks down into microplastics, which the fish eat, and then we eat when we eat the fish. So yeah, plastic is a huge issue, and if we can just go and do a little beach clean, it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't have to be a box ticking exercise or a CSR exercise. Just each time you go to the beach, take a plastic bag with you, and just do a couple of minutes picking up some litter on the beach. Although I have to say, the beach here is absolutely stunning, and it's so nice to see sand instead of stones that I have in Southend. But yeah, just everyone do a little bit of a litter pick, and that helps to keep it nice for everyone, good for wildlife, and gets rid of some of the plastic.
Yeah. But remember to wear gloves.
Yes.
That's important in beach cleans. As Penny says, it doesn't have to be an organised one, although organising it pulls in more people and awareness, so that's important too.
It's a great way to network actually as a business, so it's something that you can consider as a business owner. Organise your own beach clean, get some litter pickers on, you can pick them up very cheaply on the internet, so some litter pickers so people don't have to touch things, gloves and some hoops to have your rubbish bags in, and just go out with some friends or some clients and pick up some rubbish on the beach. It's surprisingly satisfying, and it's amazing what you find when you actually look. I find in Southend lots of things get hidden in the seaweed line, so that's a good place to look for rubbish.
Excellent. Well done.
Lovely.
Thank you very much.
Right, well, let's go and enjoy this gorgeous water and a swim. So speak to you soon.